Today's episode is brought to you by True Classic Tees. Come on, man. You know they make the clothing, shirts, sweatshirts, sweatpants for the casual person, the one that wants to be comfy, the one that wants to have a little bit of an athletic build up top, but have a little room to play in the midsection. Oh, you see this hoodie? This one of theirs. Shout out to True Classic Tees, man. This is what they do for you, man. They create that type of comfort, that type of loungewear that you need when you're watching sports, when you're kicking it with your family and friends, or you just want to get lost. All right, but the thing that I also love when we talk True Classic Tees is the fact that we have a promo code, and that code is MOATS. You use that, you get 25% off of your purchase at trueclassictees.com. Like I said, man, you can't go wrong with them, man. They have a plethora of options, though, from hoodies, sweatpants, long sleeve t-shirts, short sleeve t-shirts, shorts. Check them out. True Classic Tees. Salute them. So, first got Siaki 6'4", 358 junior out of Baylor. 23 tackles, 2 pass deflections. But when I look at this dude, he is a true nose tackle. Excellent size, a massive man, but at the same time has some flexibility. Can play your sub package in terms of the 3 technique or the 1 technique. He's a physical run defender with super strong hands. I think he plays with really good fundamentals versus the run. You watch him, he stacks, he sheds, and he finds the ball consistently. Love, just how he wins the grass and how he just establishes the new line of scrimmage consistently. You watch him, he knocks offensive players back, whether it's single blocks or double teams. He commands too. When you talk about him in the pass rush, I think he's effective, but his best or most effective move is his long arm, his bull rush. Once he gets going, if he gets you rolling, you're not stopping. If he gets that long arm on you and he's locking that thing out, you're not stopping. That's what he plays with, and I think he plays with good effort as a whole. He kind of reminds me of like a Lodi Nada almost, bro. Like, he gives me that type of vibe when I watch him, bro.
I was going to say, could he be our next Casey Hampton?
Yeah, like, I just think he's bigger than Casey. Casey's a little bit shorter. Like, to me, he's just bigger body, and that was the only reason why I thought Haloti versus Casey, but very.
But in terms of like hey, we got a nose tackle
Vince Wilfork, right? A true nose, like that's this dude right here. Some of the cons, to me, he's a 2-down player. Can he be effective in terms of the bull rush and long run that we talked about? Sure, but it is very limited at the NFL level from my perspective. I don't personally think that he plays with the same type of effort versus the pass that he does versus the run. It makes sense because, one, he's like, bro, I'm a monster versus this run versus the pass is like, that ain't his game. So, that hurts him a little bit. Part of that, they would utilize him as the looper at times. And I'm like, why are you having this big 350-pound man looping around like he going to contain something or run something down? That is not his game. And I think that was also why you would see him kind of conserve the energy on those.
So you think there is potential for a 3-down player?
I think with the right coaching, you can make him an effective rusher, but he's never going to be an elite pass rusher. Like, I don't think that's in his game. But to say, could I keep him on the field on 3rd downs, and his job is to, when Tyson was here, right and healthy, can you penetrate through this A-gap while I got a Cam Hayward or a Larry Ogunjobi or a DeMarvin Leal over here cooking with Highsmith and TJ? Yes, I think I could
take up 2 bodies.
Absolutely. Because he has a nice long arm bull rush and has a nice, like, hard bull rush. Problem is, they don't run it for him consistently where he's going to be one-on-one like that. A lot of their stuff was they're going to game and twist, and that's not his game. So that's why they would sub him out for some of those obvious passing downs. But when they would keep him in, when he get a chance to just go, yeah, man, he could penetrate. He could cause a little bit of havoc back there, but that's just not his game to me. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I had him limited more so as a 2-down guy. And then when you're talking about the chase, remember we talked about Kalaji Cansey. I was like, man, I love when I watch a screenplay and he gonna run that thing down and go smack something. He ain't got that. That's not
He's
his
a big guy.
He's a massive man, so he's gonna go in the direction of the ball. But you're not
he
getting in
don't move
it.
like a Jordan Davis.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Like, Jordan Davis is a freak because it's like, yo, you're not, like, why are you that big moving like that? Talk about Jalen Carter. It's like, you're that big, you move like that. That's freaky. He moves like a guy that is supposed to move as a 6'5", 358-pound man, okay? So that's him. That is him. But as a whole, if you're talking about a nose tackle, I think he's the best prospect in terms of the nose tackle. I think he is dominant versus the run he eats up to consistently. Like, I like that about him. But going to be limited versus pass.
Would that be, if we do draft him, would that be us going back to the more throwback style defense that we did have with a Casey Hampton.
Yeah, and when we first brought in Tyson, before Tyson got hurt, when he would really kick butt as a nose tackle, like it'll be like that.
I feel like he could be better than Tyson.
I do as well, because the stage we got Tyson at was old Tyson,
and that was
he was still
best
good.
2
Yeah,
seasons
yeah, he
NFL,
still was balling,
honestly.
but that was an older version of him. This version, when I think of our inside linebackers, I'm like, yo, he frees those dudes up a ton. Base defense, he's my nose. When we go to our sub package, especially if it's not an obvious pass situation, he's my 1. I'm going to have Cam, I'm going to have Larry, I'm going to have DeMarvin travel to the passing strength, so that way you get the more opportune if they're trying to run it a certain way. Those guys can climb up in there. But, man, I'm going to have you sitting in this A-gap because you're going to make sure this guard and this center, if they run it this way, they got to account for you. If they try to single block you one way or the other, you're going to make that play. You're going to disrupt that play. And that takes a lot of the pressure off my little inside linebackers. If it's a Devin Bush,
if we had,
the other guy like
free agencies before the draft.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know if it was Trenton Simpson. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who we're going with.
We bring this guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Around.
But I'm like, this dude, he clears that up for those guys. So that's why I like him a lot. But yeah, that's Siaki.